Hey guys, it's me and today I'm here with a new reaction video for you guys. And today we are going to be reacting to the latest music video from Leaves' Eyes, and that is for their song Dark Love Empress. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and put this out there. I don't think I'm going to like this. The reason why I'm starting things out on such a negative note is just simply because of the fact that I haven't really cared for anything that Leaves' Eyes has put out since Symphonies of the Night. I don't know what has happened with their music over all these years. It's just that it's just gone a bit, I don't want to necessarily say downhill. It's just so repetitive at this point that it's just not interesting anymore to me. The reason why I loved Symphonies of the Night is because it was just so refreshing, because it was almost like their current progression and that they have been going along with and everything, but also paying homage to where they came from and just gothic metal and gothic literature and whatnot, and it was just really fun. It was just a really good album, but then it just kept getting more and more repetitive. And also, I'm not one of those fans that are like, this band died when Liv Christine got fired from the band. No, that was very shady. It was very shady, but that's not why I don't really care for their music anymore. It's just so boring to me now, and so repetitive, and just not fresh anymore to me. And I'm not dogging on Alina. I think Alina is an amazing singer. I definitely do think that she's a great fit for this band. I just don't care for her voice with the production that they always have with Leaves' Eyes these days because of Alexander Kroll being their producer. I just don't like the sound that he gives their music. It's just not really my cup of tea. And like, sometimes it can work, sometimes it can't. And I just don't think that her voice necessarily fits the sound of the production that he gives their music, in studio at least. And then also I prefer her stuff with Inclination, which I believe that's how you pronounce their name. I think they now go by Angel Nation, which is the English translation of their name. But I prefer her stuff with them because, I mean, sad. It's sad music. I love sad music. With Leaves' Eyes now, they just really just hammer in the fact that they make Viking themed music. Like, the album that this song is taken off of, which is being released on the 23rd of October, is called The Last Viking. Like, I understand being a band that follows a particular theme, but these guys are following that theme way too hard. And I know I'm being extremely harsh and just giving a review right at the beginning of this video. A lot of people are like, just get to the music. I want to get this taken care of now. That way you guys can understand why I might seem a bit disconnected during the reaction. Just to give you guys a little bit of backstory as to how I feel about things. But anyways, getting back to it, when you are a band and you follow a particular lyrical theme, it's fun to do so, but you need to be able to break things up a bit, especially when it comes to your singles. A lot of times when it comes to albums and whatnot, a lot of bands will tend to have a song that's gonna be their single, and it's kind of like a throwaway on the album, and so they just use that as a single because it grabs people's attention to want to check out the album. But the problem is that if you are a band that follows a particular theme and all your singles follow along that particular theme, all your singles wind up sounding the same, and it's going to be a turnoff for a lot of people, myself included. A band that I love, that I think does having a theme that they follow very, very well, is Théâtre des Vampires. From the beginning, their main lyrical themes have been vampirism. But the thing is, though, they don't just focus on vampirism and vampires and whatnot. They also tell stories around gothic literature and other things. Sometimes they even tell stories that are about vampires and vampirism, but they don't allude to the fact that it's about vampires and vampirism. And also the Candyland album, which, not gonna lie, it's not their best release, but especially when you have a release that is a banger like Moonlight Waltz and followed up with Candyland, it was just a bit eh. But I did really enjoy Candyland. But the thing is, though, is that I don't think any of the lyrics on there are centered around vampirism. If I'm not mistaken, it's actually a concept album about, I can't remember what her name is, and I can't really remember the story all that well, but I know that she was in a mental asylum and that sort of thing, and that was the concept for the album. So that entire album had nothing to do with vampirism. And also one thing that I really enjoyed that album was that it paid homage to like their older material as well. When what's her name, Sonia, became their front woman. Like, it reminded me a bit of like the Anima Noire album, which I love that album. Such a great album. I know I've been going on for a long time now. We're gonna get into this reaction video. I just wanted to get this spiel out of the way because that way, like I mentioned earlier, if I seem disconnected or if I seem like I'm not that into it, you know why. Just putting it out there. And also, if you think I'm being extremely critical and harsh on these guys, I am very harsh and critical when it comes to music. That's just how I am. I don't play favorites. Well, I kind of sort of do. But for the most part, I don't play favorites, especially when it comes to like bands that have like such high reputations like these guys do. Anyways, let's get on into why you guys are here, and that is the reaction video. But before we do so, if you guys are new here to my channel, don't forget to hit subscribe, and also while you're down there, definitely give this video a thumbs up because that'll help me out a lot. All my links are down in the description box below, and yeah, let's do this. I've always have loved how they shoot their videos though. Like these types of videos where they're in the woods and everything. I always love the cinematography on them. And I actually really like the production on this. They changed the production and their sound, which I really like. Definitely a pretty song. My only complaint though is that she's singing a little too softly for how strong the guitars are. Because it's almost as if like the guitars are drowning out her voice a bit. Again, I do want to touch on like the production. I'm glad that they've changed the sound of their production after all of these years. But even though they've changed it, it still very much sounds like them. That actually turned out to be a lot better than I was expecting it to be. I definitely wish that there was some more to it though. Because I mean, like, even though I enjoyed it and it's a good song, I know what this band is capable of doing. And I know that they can do more than this. So I might give this new album a listen. I'll probably check out some other singles that they release in the future. I don't know, there's just something about this that I'm just not on board with. I think it might be the mixing on the vocals, or at least like for this particular song. I just feel as if the vocals are just way too soft for this song. It just feels way too soft for like everything else that's happening with the production. It's definitely a pretty song and I do enjoy it. It's just that there are just some subtle things with it, and those subtle things just like add up and everything that just like, it could be better. If things were tweaked differently and done differently, then it could be a lot better. A comment that I've seen like pop up a few times already is that you can't really hear that much emotion in her voice, and I think that might be another thing that's like missing from this. There's so much beauty within the song, but there's just not enough passion in it. And I mean, it's so good. This song has so much potential. It has so much potential to it, but it's just falling flat. And I hate that because, like I said, there's so much potential in this, but and I'm seeing a lot of people comparing this to like old school Within Temptation, which I kind of see it, but at the same time I wouldn't even go that far. And I'm seeing people comparing this to Tarja, which everybody does if you're an opera singer or any slightest bit of like an opera singer in like the symphonic metal scene or in the metal scene in general. You're gonna get compared to Tarja. Even if you're not a mezzo-soprano, you can be an alto and still get compared to Tarja. You could probably, hell, you could probably be a tenor and get compared to Tarja. It's a tired comparison. And another like comment that I've seen in here a few times is that it's nice that they have like stayed true to themselves, but it would be nice for them to experiment. And that's what I really want from them, is to do something different. Like, stay true to yourselves, yes, but try out something new. Like, add like a new vibe to the sound. Like, add like a new like theme to your music and everything. Like, try something new. Like, hell, even Nightwish changed things up a good bit with Human Nature, and I love that album. It's such a good album. It's such a huge departure for them, and I love it because of that. I'm hoping that Leaves Eyes would do the same thing, especially now with having like Alina as their singer. I mean, she's been with them now for how long now? Like 5 or 6 years now, and they really haven't taken advantage of the fact that she's very much like a different type of singer. They can really play around and experiment with things a lot more and try to go in different directions, but they just want to like stick with this Viking direction, which I mean, again, there's nothing wrong with following a particular theme. It's just that it would be nice if you would change things up, especially when you've been putting out the same type of stuff for the last several years. Like, change it up a little bit. I know if Leaves Eyes were to experiment with their sound, I know that things would get better. But at the same time, you have to take into consideration metalheads don't like change. A band tries to deviate and everything and try out something new, they're gonna hate it. But the thing is though, that sometimes you need to change, and if you lose fans because of it, then that's totally fine. Because it's nice creating what you love to create, but if you just do the same stuff over and over again, it's gonna get boring and you're gonna wind up losing fans because of that. is you're gonna have like 50 songs that sound exactly the same. The song has a lot of potential and it does have me a bit curious. I'm probably gonna check out some more of the singles as they come out. I don't have high hopes. And it sucks that I don't have high hopes. For several years I was super excited about new releases from this band, but now it's just... yeah. I know this is a very harsh reaction video, and I'm probably gonna get a lot of shit for it, but I'm just being brutally honest here. I'm very critical with music. It's just how I am. If you've seen any of my Nightwish reaction videos, you know that. But anyways, what did you guys think about the song and video? Let me know in the comments below. I thought the video itself was shot beautifully. They always do their music videos so well. Except for that one song, I think it's called like Edge of Steel, where they're playing soccer or football. We're not from the US. Like, that music video, that was a choice. But all their other music videos I really just love and adore because they're just shot so well. It's just the music. The music. Also, while you're down there in the comments, let me know as to what songs and videos I should react to next, and I'll get to them as soon as I possibly can. But until I see you guys in my next video, whenever the hell that may be, goodbye.